Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just finished filming a first impressions on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I don't know which video I'm going to be putting up first, so you may have already seen that or it's coming after. But anyway, that's what I have on my eyes today. So spoiler alert, I really like the palette. I think it's a lot of fun and I love this eye look. It's another one of those eye looks that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I think it's a lot of fun. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. We are here to talk about the new Natasha Denona Super Glow Extreme Shine Crystal Highlighting Powder. I got all three colors. I have fair, light, medium, and bronze. So if you're interested in seeing me apply this to my face, give you my thoughts on these, and do some swatches, then just keep on watching. So I ordered these powders the first day that they came out right off of Beautylish, and two of them came broken. The light, medium, and the bronze came broken. These are the broken ones. I'm like keeping them far away because, you know, once the powder breaks, it's like if you open up that box, it's like all over. Anyway, I tried to clean it up as much as I could, but it is there. And then Beautylish sent out some replacements. My fair arrived in one piece. So this is what fair looks like. And let me just go ahead and open all of these up. I don't know why I stuck them all back in the box here. Here is light medium. I'm just going to hold it up next to fair because they are very similar. I just think the undertone is a little bit different. I think fair has like a cooler undertone and light medium is just a little bit warmer. And then here is bronze. This one is so interesting. It really kind of has like an orange tone to it. And I wasn't going to order this one at first because obviously I'm not very bronze. And I didn't think that that color would necessarily work for me. But I remember getting her diamond and blush palettes, the citrus one with that yellow highlighter. And I thought, how can you wear that? But that one is just... it's so beautiful. It's like so much fun on the cheeks. It's so unexpected. And it's not necessarily like I'm fooling anyone. Like that's really sunshine just reflected off of my like beautifully glistening cheek. No, it's like, you know, I have like yellow glitter on my face, but I think it's a lot of fun and I think it's done really well. So I was kind of hoping for the same thing with this bronze. So I have Natasha Denona's Sculpt and Glow palette. This is the one that includes what is in her regular line, like her regular highlighting powders. And that's right here. So this one is more of a traditional highlighter, if you will. It just has like a really nice, beautiful, bright kind of satin finish. So I just wanted to swatch that for you so you can see, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch the fair highlighter now in the Super Glow formula. And you're going to see that it's much brighter and much more like crystally than this formula. This formula is, I guess you could say it's smoother in a way. They both feel very smooth, but in appearance, this has much more of like a crystal finish, which gives the appearance of like little bits in there. And then here is medium. There is medium. And then here is bronze. So here are the three Super Glow powders, and then this is from her original line. And then I wanted to compare them to the diamond and blush palettes because there are two powders in here that could be considered highlighters. There's the Glow Extreme powders, and then there is the diamond powder. I don't think that these are necessarily very similar to the diamond powder, and I'm going to swatch the diamond powder from the citrus palette now because these are really... they're like really glittery and chunky isn't the right word, but piecey. And then let me go ahead and swatch the Glow Extreme. And I think it's a little bit more similar to the Glow Extreme, but I still think that they're a little bit different. I still think that the highlights in these palettes are a little bit more glittery than these. And then let me go ahead and swatch the two that are in the Daria palette. So again, the diamond powder is like just really sparkly. There's the diamond powder. I mean, it really looks like diamond dust. And here's the Glow Extreme from the Daria palette. This one I feel like is kind of close to these three, but I didn't feel the same about the one in the citrus palette. That one I feel like has more glitter in there. This one is a little bit more subdued, and this one I find to be the most similar to the new Super Glow powders. And in terms of shade, I feel like this one is closest to fair, but I was just looking at this really closely, and this has more sparkly bits in it than the Super Glow powders. So I don't know if these are meant to be the same formula as any of these other Natasha Denona highlighters, but I don't find it to be exactly the same as any of those. And I don't think she has any other like highlighters in her line. I think that's it. But you guys will correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. Definitely let us know if there are like other highlighters in her line. So I think many of you asked me to compare this to the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold Trio palette. So let me go ahead and just open this up. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch these three. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold. Those are the three different shades. And then I'm going to go ahead and swatch the fair, light medium, and bronze kind of in between these swatches. So I think you can see the difference in the colors. I think the fair in NATASHA DENONA is much pinker than the gold. The light medium is actually pretty close, and then the bronze is much more golden versus coppery. And then in terms of finish, I think they actually have a fairly similar finish. They have the same kind of level of shine and reflectiveness, but I find the NATASHA DENONA to be a little bit more opaque. I think the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit more sheer. The powder is like a little bit more fine, and the formula for the NATASHA DENONA is a little bit creamier, if you will. I know you guys are going to ask me which one I would recommend. I think I would have to go with the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know that there's enough of a difference in the formula to say, yes, go out and get like these huge individual pans of this. You get like 3 very usable shades all in one palette. And yes, these pan sizes are much, much smaller, but I don't think any of us will go through all of this highlighter anyway. So that would be my recommendation, and not to say anything disparaging against the NATASHA DENONA Super Glow powders. I just think in terms of efficacy, this is just a sleeker package. All right, so I have 2 brushes here to play with. I have the Sculpt 3 from Sonia G, and I also have the Sculpt 2 from Sonia G. These are 2 of my favorite highlighting brushes. I'm going to use this one. This one has a lighter sheer application than the other one. So I'm going to start with a lighter hand. I'm going to go ahead and use the Fair powder, and Plenty gets picked up very, very easily. And I'll go ahead and sweep this on my, wow, sweep this on my cheek here. That is very bright. Do you see what I mean? Like this has just like a more opaqueness to it versus the Charlotte Tilbury, which is like this sheer kind of layer, which you can build up. It can definitely get opaque, but this is like right off the bat, opaque. I'm going to try and buff this in with the Sculpt 2 brush, because otherwise it looks like it's just sitting on top of my skin, which is not my favorite. Well, holy Jesus. That is some shine. I don't think I'm going to bother with this brush. I think this brush would lay down way too much product. So I'm going to stick with my Sculpt 3. And let's go ahead and try the light medium shade here. And put that on my cheeks. I'm going to buff that in a little bit. These 2 shades are so similar on the skin. I can only see like up close, I could only see like a little bit of a warmer undertone here in this light medium, but from far away, they're so reflective. I feel like that's all you can see. All you can see is like the silveriness of it. You can't even really see the tone underneath. Those are intense, intense highlights. All right, now I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put bronze. I usually try and put darker highlight back here. Let's try that again. Let me wipe off what I can from this Sculpt 3 brush. I can't really see it. I'm putting it so far back on my cheek, I like almost can't even see it in the mirror. It comes off more like as a gold on the skin. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna try it actually on my cheek here. Just lightly. Just to tone down the silver. Oh, wow. It turns it kind of like a gold. Oh my God, I'm so glad I got this one. I really thought it was just gonna look like a bright orange spot on my face, but it's so tonal. Like it just made this whole area just look a little bit more gold versus silver. Wow, okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of this down the bridge of my nose. I'm so glad this comes off more as like a gold than like an orange gold. All right, I'm gonna put it over here also. Sorry, I've just been sitting here like, wow, in front of the mirror for like 5 minutes. Apologies. This bronze is surprisingly beautiful and wearable for my skin tone. If you go in lightly, it just comes off like a gold highlight. It's really beautiful. I think if you start building it up a lot, you're going to end up with this sort of like orange tone to it. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love the other ones too, but this I think was the biggest surprise out of all of them. Oh, I just love it. Okay, one downside is I don't really have that much texture over here. I have texture in other parts of my face, but I feel like it's picking up on whatever I have. Like I have like one little like kind of bump right here, and it's emphasizing that. So I think these, because they're so high shine, I think they're just, you know, they're going to emphasize texture, I think, like most highlighters. Now that I've actually put on this bronze, I'm rethinking my recommendation about the Charlotte Tilbury No, I still recommend this over the individual highlighters of Natasha Denona. I think that these are beautiful. They're very, very high shine, but these are just as beautiful. They can be just as high shine. You can build them up, but these are a little bit more versatile because they do go on a little bit more sheer in the beginning, and I like that. Sometimes I don't want this, you know, from the get-go. So I think this is nice. And again, you get all 3 shades in one palette. I just think this is like a better go at having like a whole bunch of highlighters. But if you just want to glow, like, you know, you just want to glow like you have nuclear poisoning, then I would go for the Natasha Denona. I will say that. If you're just like, whatever, I don't want to mess around with any sort of subtle highlight. I want to look like I roll around in liquid mercury before I leave the house, then just go for the Natasha Denona. But I do think that these are a little bit more versatile. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Please comment down below if you have any questions. Subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video.